everybody, it's Rebecca here at Why Mermaids, and welcome to a book tag! I haven't done a book tag in a really long time. I think the last one that I did was the Oscar one that I do with Caitlin from Book Chats every year that we co-create. And I think that's the last book tag that I did, which is sad because it's now July and that was February. But anyway, we're enough of all of the, oh, Why Mermaids Rebecca has been so poor and terrible about making videos thing. I'm back to making videos, I'm here, aren't I? I'm here today to do the mid-year book freakout tag. That's right. This tag was created by Chammy at Read Like Wildfire and Ellie at Ellie Jane. So it was created last year and then they changed it for this year. I don't know what they changed or if they just did it again 2016. I didn't watch the videos because I'm behind on watching videos. But I saw this one's going around and it's the middle of the year and I wanted to do a tag and it seemed like an easy one to do. So I'm here doing the tag. Also, just a disclaimer, I was too lazy to get the books off my shelves because you don't know this because you don't live at my house, but in addition to these two bookshelves behind me, which house some of my books, aka the white one is the books that I've read, and the brown one is like reference books and like yearbooks and books on writing, any reference books essentially, and my Neil Gaiman collection's up there too. In addition to those two bookshelves, I have a small like stack of books underneath my, like on my bedside table, underneath in the under part of books that I want to get to soon, slash books I haven't hauled yet. And I also have a bookcase downstairs of all the books I haven't read, slash all of my favorite books, because that's the first room in the house, so you know, it didn't fit. I didn't have enough books to fill it up of unread books, so I had to put my favorites at the bottom. So that's where, anyway, long story short of me rambling of 3 minutes now, I didn't get them because they're in 4 different bookshelves throughout the house, and that's up and down, and I didn't want to have to deal with it, so I'm sorry. So we're just gonna have to do with the cutout pictures up here. I apologize. Anyway, let's get into the tag. Number 1, your best book so far of 2016. And my answer is Morningstar by Pierce Brown. Again, I've done lots and lots of videos about this book and about Red Rising, and if you have been watching my channel and haven't picked up Red Rising, like go do it now. I love this book so much, I've made lots of videos. So Morningstar is the 3rd book in the Red Rising trilogy, and it's my only 5-star read of the entire year. Now there are a lot of 4.5 stars, but this is the only 5. I loved it. Anyway, so that's obviously the no question, no brainer, the number 1 book of the year so far. Number 2, best sequel of 2016. Again, I could say Morningstar because it's a sequel. It's the 3rd in the trilogy, but I'm not gonna say that because I'm gonna vary my answers, and I'm going to go with A Gathering of Shadows by Victoria or V.E. Schwab. This is the 2nd book in the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, and I loved it, and I can't wait for the next one, and it was amazing, and yeah, go pick it up if you haven't done so already. So both of these favorite books of the year have to do with trilogies, sequels, fantasy, because that's what I really like. So I apologize, but standalones this year have just not, they're not a 5-star. Again, my only 5-star read is Morningstar. I'm gonna move on, I promise, right now. Number 3, a new release that you haven't read but want to, so I haven't read yet. And I'm going to say The Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. Again, I love her. She's so good. And that book just came out like a week ago, and I was in Hawaii, and I'm still reading the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, so I haven't been able to pick up The Savage Song yet, but hopefully this week I will finish the Dreams of Gods and Monsters, and I can pick up this Savage Song because that's my favorite one because I already have it and it's there and I need to read it, so that one. Number 4, most anticipated release for the rest of the year. I would be lying if I said anything other than Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which comes out in like 2 weeks, and I'm going at midnight, and I didn't even pre-order it. I need to go to pre-order it from Barnes & Noble so I can pick it up at Barnes & Noble. I would do Amazon, but then I have to wait for it to come to me, and I want to be there at midnight when it comes out. So yes. And then second to that one would be the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them screenplay, and then third to that would be the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets illustrated edition, which comes out in October. So Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, all around is what I'm looking forward to most. Number 5, your biggest disappointment of the year so far. And my answer for this is You by Carolyn Kepnes, because I had heard such really great things about it, people raved about it, and I hated it. I gave it a 2. I have a full review of You if you want to watch it. I did not like it. If you liked it, I'm sorry. This is not me trying to attack you in any sort of way. I just did not. It creeped me out in a lot of ways that I just didn't appreciate, and I don't know what's happening downstairs right now. But that's okay, we're gonna keep going. I didn't like You, biggest disappointment, I'm sorry. Number 6, biggest surprise. I was surprised at how much I loved the Finnegan of the Rock trilogy, the Lumitere Chronicles, and Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. They shocked me and surprised me at how much I absolutely loved them. Again, I only get 4.5 star. Wait, I had a 5-star. Those were 5-star reads too. Finnegan of the Rock trilogy. But anyway, we're moving. Morningstar obviously won that question. Obviously. But anyway, both of those, that trilogy and then that standalone, really just, I loved them so much. So they surprised me that they did that, I guess. I don't know. Nothing really surprised me anymore. 7, favorite new, either to you or debut, author of this year that you have read. And my answer is Melina Marchetta, who wrote the Lumitere Chronicles or Finnegan of the Rock. I had never read anything by her before, and I haven't read anything since. I need to change that, but whatever, it'll happen. And yeah, that was just awesome. I loved it. I want to read more of her things, so recommend to me if you've read her before which one I should read next that I will eventually get to. Sometime, hopefully. 8, newest fictional crush. Now, if you know me, if you've watched my videos before in the past, and they always have this question about who was your book boyfriend and blah 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 blah. I don't have a book boyfriend. I have a hard time with this question, with fictional crushes and things like that. I'm gonna answer Finnegan from Finnegan of the Rock. I think he's my crush. I mean Darrow, but he's not new. I've already liked Darrow from Red Rising. But that's not, again, not a new crush, because that happened last year when I read Red Rising. Same thing with Pierce Brown, because I mean, so we're gonna go with Finnegan, or Baz. I mean, Baz doesn't swing that way, but I still have a crush on him. Can I be BFFs with him? Moving on. 9, newest favorite character. Again, I'm gonna say Baz, because I really like Baz. Also Evangeline from, again, Finnegan of the Rock. Oh, Ronan. Oh, I'm dumb. I wrote the answers down and then I didn't refer to them. Ronan, I read The Raven Boys last year. I didn't really like it, but then I picked up the other 3 books in the series this year and I really loved Ronan. So I really like Ronan too. I'll also mention Ronan. And then Alucard from A Gathering of Shadows. Also new favorite characters. They're pretty cool characters. Also, and this is a spoiler for those 3 books, so if you have not read The Raven Cycle, Carry On, and you haven't read A Gathering of Shadows, spoilers for like 2 seconds. I'll put my hand down when they're done. So spoilers now. Is it weird to say that 3 of my favorite characters of this year are gay? Anyway, we're gonna move on now, so I'm gonna put the hand down. You can watch again! So, yay! Anyway, let's move on to new things. 10, a book that made you cry. None. I don't cry very easily to books anymore, but if I did cry, I would have cried in Morningstar by Pierce Brown. I would have cried. A lot. But I didn't cry. I got a little misty. But no tears. No tears. 11, a book that made you happy. I would say Morningstar because I was so happy to get it and to read it, but it's kind of it's a heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching book, and it takes you through lots of emotions, so I'm not gonna say Morningstar, plus I've said Morningstar way too much in this one video. How many times have I said Morningstar? Bling! So I'm gonna say Carry On, which is another one that I've mentioned a lot, but it did make me really happy to read it. It made me feel like I was back reading Harry Potter again and falling in love with new characters, so that was really exciting. Carry On. Good job, Rainbow Rowell. Now let's carry on to the next question. 12, most beautiful book acquired in 2016. The Princess Bride, The Buried Giant, and A Gathering of Shadows. I think these are my top 3. They're all very pretty. Very pretty, pretty, pretty. There are other ones, but top 3. Top 3. 13, books you need to read by the end of the year. Well, my goal was to read half, I think, of my unread books, and I'm failing miserably at that one. So the ones that I really want to read by the end of the year, I have 3, and they're all pretty big chunkers of books. So we'll see how that happens, but I really need to read The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami, and All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, I think. I need to read those 3 books like, whoa. Like, whoa. Because they've all been sitting on my bookshelf for a while, and they've all been raved about. And finally, number 14 is your favorite book community member. This is a hard question, and I don't like this question because it's kind of mean. I don't want to single people out. I just want to say all of you, because I love all of you so much, so many. I love my old friends so much, the ones who've been with me from the beginning of my channel and then are still with me now, even through the crazy ups and downs and like the crazy, like seriously the crazy. Oh, and also all the new friends that I have made in the last few months, and I just love all of you. So I don't have a favorite book community member except for all of you. Well, those are my answers for the book mid-year book freakout tag 2016. I'm freaking out because I'm supposed to have read 100 books by the end of the year, and I'm not even at 50 yet, and the year's over halfway gone. So I have a lot of reading to do, but a lot of big books to do at the same time, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I probably should just lower the goal to like 70 or 50 or something. We'll see what happens. And if I don't meet it, then I don't meet it. No big deal. I think that's what's throwing me off anyway, is goals that I can't meet and getting too bogged down. Anyway, let me know some of your answers to some of these questions, and if you're freaking out like me, and what your number one book is that you're gonna read by the end of the year. Like, what is that one book you have to read? That's it for me today. I'll see you next time.